6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The morning news edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Sound Ithavam. The BIA expansion project phase 2 to be declared open today. The Golden Gate Kalyani, the new Kalani Bridge, vested with the public. Sri Lanka to roll out the COVID-19 vaccine booster for people over 20 years of age. The private sector allowed to import chemical fertilizers. The government says graduates recruited to the state service will be made permanent. The Litro Gas Lanka Limited says statements circulating on social media at present regarding the quality of gas are false and baseless. In world news, dozens of refugees and migrants die as boat sinks in English Channel. The second phase of the expansion of the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake will be officially declared open today. The completion of the project will increase the airport's annual handling capacity to 15 million passengers from the current 6 million. The second phase expansion was carried out with 6.1 billion rupees funding via a joint venture between Japan and Sri Lanka. The total cost of the entire project exceeds 100 billion rupees. The expansion effort will increase the capacity of the parking yard to 49, whereas the courtyard under Package B will be expanded to 479,000 square meters. Furthermore, the completion of the project will see the number of check-in counters increase to 149, while the immigration windows will be increased to 83 from the current 27. The airbase entrance too will increase from 4 to 10. The BIA expansion project was launched in 2014 under the leadership of then President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, with the participation of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, yesterday declared open the new state-of-the-art cable-stayed Kalani Bridge named Golden Gate Kalyani across the Kalani River at Paliagoda. The Golden Gate Kalyani, the first bridge built in Sri Lanka on high-technology cables, as a solution to the traffic congestion entering the Colombo city, connects the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway and the city of Colombo. Following the opening of the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway, the linking of the Colombo capital city with the Katunayake International Airport has resulted in a large increase in the number of vehicles entering the city of Colombo. Due to the inadequacy of the existing Kalani Bridge's capacity for such a large number of vehicles, the preliminary plans for the new Kalani Bridge project were drawn up and signed in 2014 under the leadership of the then President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The Ministry of Highways and the Road Development Authority commenced the project in 2017 to construct the new 6-lane bridge adjacent to the old Kalani Bridge. The project was funded by financial assistance of 35,020 million Japanese yen from the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The new Kalani Bridge begins from the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway, centering on the Paliagoda Bridge Junction, and ends at the Orugodavatta Junction and the Boat Access Junction. The bridge will have interchanges at Orugodavatta, Ingurukade and Kalanitissa junctions. The Minister of Health, Dr. Kelia Rambukwala, stated that it was decided to give the COVID-19 booster vaccine to the citizens of this country over 20 years of age. Accordingly, arrangements will be made for this in the next few days, the minister said, while making a special statement at the Ministry of Health. The booster vaccine is now being given to citizens over 60 years of age. Although the booster vaccine was introduced in Sri Lanka for citizens over 60 years of age, some countries in the world started giving it to people over 65 years of age, he pointed out. The booster vaccine has already been administered to 380,213 people, including those in the health sector and frontline workers, he said. The minister pointed out that 73% of the total population has been vaccinated so far, and the program to reach the target of 75% in the next few days will be implemented accordingly. He also pointed out that this is a significant victory for the entire people of the country. He said that nearly 1.1 million children have been vaccinated so far, and arrangements have been made to increase the target to another 200,000. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Minister of Agriculture, Mahindananda Alutkamage, says permission will be granted to the private sector to import agrochemicals such as chemical fertilizers and weedicides. He made this comment addressing the special media briefing held yesterday to announce cabinet decisions. However, the minister stressed the government's policy to promote green agriculture in the country will not be rolled back. He added that a gazette notification green-lighting the import of chemical fertilizer by the private sector is expected to be issued. The Litro Lanka Gas Limited says statements circulating on social media at present regarding the quality of gas are false and baseless. The company charges that certain factions are attempting to spread misinformation regarding the quality of gas in order to inconvenience the company and the government. Speaking during a special media briefing in Colombo, the Director of Sales and Marketing of Litro Lanka Gas Limited, Janaka Patirana, said the company is hoping to take legal action against persons who circulate such false claims. He added such claims are made to cause panic amongst the public. He stressed that all gas cylinders released to the market meet international standards. According to the Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry, 745 new COVID-19 cases were reported yesterday. According to the Epidemiology Unit report at 8:30 p.m. Wednesday, a total of 559,605 COVID-19 cases have been reported since the beginning of the pandemic, while 17,471 infected patients are currently under medical care at hospitals and homes. 527,929 patients have fully recovered and been discharged from hospitals. Sri Lanka on Wednesday reported 23 deaths, raising the total to 14,205. That concludes local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The government has decided to make the graduates who were recently recruited to the public service permanent. The State Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Government, Roshan Ranasinghe, mentioned this, addressing yesterday's parliamentary session. He added that the COVID pandemic hindered the training program. However, all these graduates will be made permanent through the Budget 2022 and be paid a salary of 41,000 rupees, and that came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Watch Life is brought to you by
Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
The media spokesman of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hemantha Herath, says in most instances, public gatherings and failure to adhere to health guidelines have led to an increase in the spread of the virus. He said the present situation can be controlled and prevented from worsening in the future by refraining from such activity. Commenting on the festive season, Dr. Hemantha Herath said, sales and shop openings that are to be held at shopping complexes should be carried out adhering to health guidelines. He requested shop owners to only allow a limited number of persons to enter the business premises at a time and take necessary steps to prevent the spread of the virus. That came to you in Watchlight.
If you follow technical and vocational education and training courses, select a course registered and accredited institute by TVEC. Be aware on unregistered institutes which are promoting without having registration. Visit www.tvec.gov.lk for more information. Message from Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Coming up, World News.
Making headlines, dozens of refugees, migrants die as boat sinks in English Channel. Scholz to become German Chancellor after securing coalition deal. And Sweden's first female Prime Minister resigns hours after appointment. At least 31 refugees and migrants have died seeking to cross the English Channel from France to England when their dinghy sank off the northern coast of Calais. A joint French-British operation to search for survivors was underway on Wednesday evening. At least 3 boats and 3 helicopters were deployed to take part in the search, local authorities said. The United Nations Migration Agency and the International Organization for Migration called the incident the largest single loss of life in the Channel since it started collecting data in 2014. More people left France's northern shores than usual to take advantage of calm sea conditions on Wednesday, although the water was bitterly cold. One fisherman called the rescue services after seeing an empty dinghy and other floating motionless people nearby. Olaf Scholz will head a 3-party coalition with broad plans for Germany's transition to a green economy under a deal to end 16 years of government led by Angela Merkel. Almost 2 months after his Social Democrat Party won federal elections, he will go into power with the Greens and business-friendly Free Democrats. Climate protection forms a big part of the coalition deal. The parties aim to phase out coal use by 2030, 8 years ahead of schedule. They will also seek to use 2% of German territory for wind power and focus on hydrogen-based energy too. By 2030, the parties want 80% of electricity to be sourced from renewable energy and 15 million electric cars to be on German roads. There are also plans to legalize the sale of cannabis in licensed premises with controls on the quality and distribution of the drug. Sweden's first ever female prime minister has resigned just hours after she was appointed. Magdalena Andersson was announced as leader on Wednesday but resigned after a coalition partner quit the government and her budget failed to pass. Instead, Parliament voted for a budget drawn up by the opposition, which includes the anti-immigrant far right. Mrs. Andersson said that she hoped to try to become Prime Minister again as a single-party government leader. Back to the headlines of the world news. Dozens of refugees and migrants die as boat sinks in English Channel. Scholz to become German Chancellor after securing coalition deal. And Sweden's first female Prime Minister resigns hours after appointment. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070-400-1928.
Sri Lanka's merchandise exports increased by 35.9% to $1,160.62 million in October 2021 compared to October 2020, as per the data released by the Sri Lanka Customs. Exports maintained above $1 billion for the 5th time this year. Export earnings from apparel and textile have increased by 42.8% year-on-year to $509 million in October 2021, with a strong performance in the exports of apparel, woven fabrics and made-up textile articles. That came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070-400-1928.
Moving on with sports news.
It's soccer. Liverpool maintained their 100% record in the Champions League this season by seeing off Porto at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp's men, who had already secured top spot in Group B and a place in the knockout stages after winning their first 4 games, picked up another 3 points against the Portuguese side. The Reds were not at their best in the first half, and although hardly at full tilt in the second either, they scored 2 lovely goals to clinch another victory. Spain midfielder Thiago drilled in a stunning long-range finish, cutting across the ball to produce a rasping 25-yard strike that nestled in the bottom corner. That's sports news, business news up next.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Samsung has chosen a site close to the city of Taylor in Texas for its new $17 billion computer chip plant amid a global shortage of semiconductors. It is the South Korean electronics giant's biggest ever U.S. investment. The plant is expected to create 2,000 technology industry jobs, with construction starting early next year. Samsung, like several of its rivals, is racing to expand chip making in the US to tackle supply chain issues. That's business news. We look at economic news next.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001. Is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
India is set to go ahead with its plan to ban most cryptocurrencies in the country under a long-awaited bill. Expectations had grown in recent months that the government may soften its view on digital currencies. The ban would relate to all private cryptocurrencies, with certain exceptions to allow the promotion of the underlying technology and its users. Cryptocurrency prices dropped on Indian exchanges after the decision on the bill's future was announced. That's economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
The prevailing low-level atmospheric disturbance over the southeast of Sri Lanka and adjoining southwest Bay of Bengal has developed into a low pressure and currently located in the east of the island. Cloudy skies can be expected over the island. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the northern, north-central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Matale district. Showers or thundershowers will occur in several places elsewhere during the afternoon or night. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the northern, north-central, northwestern, western, Sabragamo and central provinces. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places elsewhere.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The BIA expansion project phase 2 to be declared open today. The Golden Gate Kalyani, the new Kalani Bridge, vested with the public. Sri Lanka to roll out COVID-19 vaccine booster for people over 20 years of age. The private sector allowed to import chemical fertilizers. The government says graduates recruited to the state service will be made permanent. The Litrogas Lanka Limited says statements circulating on social media at present regarding the quality of gas are false and baseless.